Yes, yes, yes. Hey guys, I know I'm on like 1 or 2 minutes early, but if you're around, hop on in and let me know who you are. Who you are. Awesome. So in the past, I've kind of waited for people to hop on live after I start broadcasting. And then I go over to when it's published on YouTube. And there's like this dead silence at the beginning of the webinar. So I've decided that I'm just going to start talking like there's people out there, because there are a ton of people who watch the replay, and I'm sure you don't want to sit there watching me stare into space and wondering when I'm going to start talking and when people are going to stop popping on. So I am here. Now I see that there are a few viewers on right now. Don't be shy, hop on and put your email, not your email address, don't give me your email address, your name and where you're from. I have given you guys my website address, www.investinyourselfcourse.com. And if you're curious about the course, which I'm going to talk about at the end of the webinar, then you can go ahead and apply to speak with me, because we got to make sure that we're both a good fit together, right? So we have a few viewers. That's okay. I'm just going to let you guys take your time. I want to show you my adorable coffee mug. If you guys have been following the webinars, you know that I love my little mugs. And this one says, there's a chance this is wine. And at one point there was wine in there. Not today, but at one point there was. And I just love my coffee mugs. You all can guess what I'm drinking. I'm sure you can guess what I'm drinking. Yes, it's bulletproof coffee. However, I am eating an amazing muffin today. I tried to wait, but I couldn't. It's delicious. It's gluten-free. It's not sugar-free. I couldn't do it today. And so I'm going to be giving away a new book today, The War of Art. And I'm going to read a few passages from this book to you guys today. And whoever can guess where I bought my muffin from will get this book. And I'll announce that again in a few minutes, because I know that we're still waiting for viewers to pop on. I'm also going to be reading you guys something from The Power of Intention. I'll tell you a little story about my experience last night and this morning, and what inspired me to read a little something from one of Wayne Dyer's books. He has many, many, many books. But because we're talking about money mindset shift today, I believe your intention, okay, and the power behind that intention is very, very important to discuss today. So I'm also going to be sharing with you a little bit from that. I've made a ton of notes. I have a lot of slides. I want to really honor our time again and hop into it as quickly as possible. But before I do, I just want to make sure that everything's working. So I do see a few people on. If you just want to pop your name into the chat box, or at least just let me know that you guys can hear me and we have no technical issues, that would be awesome. That would be awesome, awesome, awesome. Or if you guys can guess where my breakfast muffin's from, that'd be cool too. I won't spend the whole time eating. I promise. I'll give you guys another minute. And then I'm just going to get started, because you'll catch on when you hop on. And if you have to listen to the replay, at least one request. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. So when you guys are ready, please, like I said, if you can guess, I got a text Thank you. We're all good. If you guys can guess where I bought my apple spice muffin from, I'm going to mail this to your door, okay? The War of Art, break through the blocks and win your inner creative battles. So I will wait. I will wait for that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start screen sharing. There I am. And what I love, I just love this picture. That picture was taken when that picture, where am I, was taken in Puerto Vallarta just, I don't know, about a month or two ago. And that's my little man, that's my youngest. And we did take family pictures that day, but we were just playing in the sand that day. But it's like, it's so funny because all these pictures we posed in, this is probably my favorite, the one that we didn't pose for. So I love it. So today you guys are here. This is like webinar number 4, free money mindset webinar training. You are the best investment that you can make. Okay. I heard that years ago when I was studying under Fabienne Fredrickson. She's like a high-end business coach, and she's a very spiritual coach, and she works with spiritual entrepreneurs. And I was studying under her, and she told a story about how she invested her life savings of like $50,000, and she invested it in somebody else's company. And lo and behold, she lost her investment because the company went under. I can't remember the details. And then she took her money and she invested it in herself, in her knowledge, in a mentor, and so on and so forth. So I am like so thankful that I heard that years ago, because after like not long ago, probably a year and a half ago, I began investing money in me, in my knowledge, and getting myself a mentor. And it was the best investment that I made. So you really got to get to the point of trusting in yourself enough, because I'm going to give you this, but as a coach, here, let me look at you guys for a moment. As a coach, my job is to ask you questions and guide you through a self-discovery, okay? It's not my job to give you the answers, because then it won't make that big of an impact, right? But today, I'm going to give you this. The number one reason why most people don't invest their money in themselves is because of doubt. They doubt themselves. They don't think that they're going to follow through. They think that they're going to waste the money. They don't think they're good enough, and so on and so forth. Guess what, guys? Everybody out there has those limiting beliefs at some depth, okay? At some depth. The reason why, and again, I'm giving you this, the reason why so many people don't invest the money in themselves is because they don't trust that they're going to do the work. That's one of the major reasons. There are a few of them, but that's one of the major reasons. But let me tell you, when you invest that money, you have no freaking choice but to do the work, right? You have no choice but to do the work. That is what holds you accountable. And that's what everybody here needs. And that's part of what a coach's job is to hold y'all accountable, right? To hold you accountable and to follow up with you and to give you work. You know, in my program, I have 8 different modules and bonus modules. But guess what? I don't do the work. You do the work. I support you. I love and support you, and I mentor you through it, but I don't do the work. You do the work. You guys got to do the work. And sometimes that's scary. It's so scary, in fact, that people would rather not move forward, right, than do the work. So that is just an offering. Take it and do with it whatever you will, because I know that there are people who attend these webinars. You guys are self-employed. You guys are doing what you can to create a business, and a sustainable business, one that will support you. And I want to offer you that information so when you're talking to one of your customers, possibly a client, whatever the case is for you in your business, you have that knowledge of, okay, how am I gonna speak to this person in a way that they realize their worth and that they can make it happen, and so on and so forth, okay? So that's something that is extremely important that I want you guys to take note of, especially if you're a business owner and you are connecting with clients all the time, okay? So I see that there are viewers on here. Please pop in your name in the chat box. I would love to see who the heck you are. And no, that's not my real accent. But I'm going to assume that it works because I got a text. So I'm going to go back to the screen share and let's just do it. Okay. It's like 8 buttons that I got to press to do the screen share, so please forgive me. And I know that that clicking is annoying. Okay, let's do this. So remember, last few webinars, we talked about your money story and what's your why. That's my why right there. My little man on the beach and just relaxing and enjoying the now. Today, you guys are going to find out what is stopping you from achieving the freedom that you so desperately want and how to move past that fear. Okay, you're gonna like stomp right through it. As I mentioned before, my program's been featured on CJOB, CTV Morning, CTV Evening, Breakfast Television. I'm working with people opening an empowering kids alternative learning center featuring Forced School. You guys want more information on that, please go to empoweringkidsprogram.com. Pop in your email address into the contact me. I will add you to a very special list, keeping you posted on all of that information. And of course, 2 weeks. This camp is filling up. 2 weeks only available this summer, August 15th and 22nd, being held at Sage Hill Stables, 4180 Waverly. Register now. We only take max 20 kids because we like to keep the numbers low. And everything that you guys are learning here, and along with myself and Tracy McDowell, implement this information in this camp, because why wait until you're an adult to hear this information and reprogram your brain? Why not just program it the right way the first time? That is the purpose of this camp. Falling in love with themselves, finding their passions, and believing that they can pursue their passions, okay? I know that's why a lot of you guys are here today. Now, my program, I offer a few different programs, but this one specifically is Shift Your Money Mindset to create the freedom that you deserve today, right? Invest in yourself. It's called Invest in Yourself because you are your greatest investment. So hop on over, investinyourselfcourse.com, pop in your email address. You will get a free 3-part video series all about the biggest mistakes men and women make that can cost them their relationships. And I love to give away free things here and there all the time. So hop on that emailing list. Again, another way that I give back is through a radio show, which did not happen today because I found out yesterday that my son was in a play between 9 and 10 and my radio show starts at 10 a.m. So I always have to remind myself, Tanya, why are you doing what you're doing? You are doing what you're doing to be present. Yes, consistency is freaking important, but ultimately you're doing it to be present with your children. So I was able to go watch my son in the most adorable play today. I'll be posting pictures later. And tune in. I'm going to have this guy, Dan King, on in the next week or two, but I have some specific topics I want to talk to this guy about. Number 1, divorce, okay? And number 2, sugar, okay? Both things that I have experience in and studied in. So we're going to talk about divorce and sugar, so stay tuned for that. Free Money Mindset webinar. Guess what, guys? This is happening every Thursday. I'm not going to stop here. Yes, we're going to conclude the 4-part video series, but I'm going to continue every Thursday, 11:30 Central Standard Time with free training. Isn't this amazing? You guys don't have to pay a cent. You guys hop on, you get free freaking training. So make sure that you're registered to the current link, okay? And you'll get reminders every single week. Speaking events, overcome negative self-talk. You can get a great idea for what this talk is like. You hop on my website, the homepage, so investinyourselfcourse.com, scroll to the bottom. There's an interview with Vanessa Simpkins, her program is called 10K in 30-Day Program. I've taken her program, and she interviews me on overcoming your negative self-talk. It's a free 1-hour webinar, just like you and I are doing right now. But go over there and check it out. There's a lot of amazing content in there that's, again, free. One thing I want to add to that is that when you're looking at an abundant lifestyle, we got to open ourselves up to receiving everything that we want in different ways. Abundance doesn't just come in the form of money, right? All of these freebies that I'm offering you guys today and that so many other people offer, that is a form of abundance. You guys are getting this information for free that people pay a lot of money for. So that's definitely a form of abundance. Another signature talk I do is the most important ingredient for your child's success, which is emotional intelligence. I also go into corporations and I do corporate training on emotional intelligence. I love working with leaders and sharing with them all of these wonderful motivating, training, and they take it and they implement it with their team. So let's just hop into it. So far, over the last 3 webinars, you guys have learned, okay, how you feel about money, what your money story is, which we're going to talk about a little bit more today, what your beliefs around money are, your true desires. What are your true desires? What are your daily rituals to support you in creating what it is that you want? Energy. Our thoughts and words have, okay? Our thoughts and our words have energy. Your right and left-hand people, how you can support and be supported. High vibrational and low vibrational emotions. Our emotions vibrate. Are you vibrating a high emotional energy? I don't know how the hell to explain that, but are you vibrating high? Are you vibrating low? Okay, because whatever you're vibrating, you guys are attracting back into your life. We talked about neuroplasticity. Go and watch that free webinar, and I go into detail about neuroplasticity again. The free one that's on my website. Neuroplasticity, the ability to create new neural pathways, new thought processes. Like I said before, guys, I view money as a tool to create the lifestyle that I desire to experience, period. Statement, period. Okay? There I am, world schooling. That is my freaking dream. I want to travel and teach my children while I travel. I homeschool for a reason. I'm being presented with the ideas from my son that he wants to go to school full time. He wants to try it out. And I'm just like, feel like I'm choking because I'm just like, no, we can learn so much more at home. But before I was world schooling and homeschooling and running my online business and doing, speaking engagements, it wasn't always like this. There was a time when my main focus in life was, how the hell am I going to pay my bills? How am I going to pay my bills? And I chose those specific pictures because it pretty much describes me to a T. Okay. Now, before I go on, I'm going to go over here, and I see that nobody's on the chat box. I have a request. Hold on one second. Here. And I am trying to view it, but it doesn't say. So, Carrie, I have a name there, but maybe I'll hop on over to a different chat box and see if there's anybody there. The reason, you know, I don't know, 2 webinars ago, I had people chatting, but I wasn't able to view the chat. So maybe that's what's happening. If so, maybe send me a text and let me know. Otherwise, nobody's going to win anything. I'm going to have to get you guys to email me. Here, I'll give you www. It's not my email address. Tanya, here's my email address, tanyamcr@mymts.net. If you guys, I see it. If you guys can see that, let me know. Because I can see you guys. I see all you guys viewing here. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna, it is what it is, right? Let's just continue. I'm in kind of like a talky kind of mood, I'm gonna share with you guys some concrete information today, and it's almost like I don't even feel inspired to like joke around or anything like that, which I know is fun, but I have so much content that I want to share with you guys today, so I'm just gonna focus on that. So maybe that's why this is happening. So now that I've done that little bit of an intro, what I'm gonna do is, before I even get started, I'm going to celebrate each and every one of you guys for showing up, right? Showing up. Even if you're listening to the replay, congrats, you're listening to the replay. 90% of success is simply showing up, because you never know what you're going to hear, see. You never know what you're going to learn when you show up that is really going to help you guys out in your journey, okay? You might hear something today, you will hear something today that will inspire you and will really assist you in your journey. And maybe there's something that you've been pondering for like ever, and you show up today, you don't even know why you're showing up, but you show up and you get the answer, okay? So I'm totally celebrating you guys for being here. I see y'all here, but if you're not able to participate, all good. I'm just gonna continue on. So everything that's happening in your life right now, you guys, is happening to you. It's not happening to you, it's happening for you. And what I mean by that is I'm going to share with you, you know, if you read my copy for the webinar, if not, I'm going to share with you that copy that I wrote. And I just wrote it up yesterday because I've shared that story so many times, but I kind of wrote it up in a way that just kind of flowed out of me, because it was like, I was able to reprogram my money mindset within 60 days, less than that, because within 60 days, I saw significant changes, like jaw-dropping, mind-blowing changes after I decided enough was enough and I implemented everything that I've learned to because I was that freaking determined to make it happen. I was done. And I was like, you know what? I'm sharing all of this information, but I didn't quite 100% own it, right? And I'll tell you why I didn't own it. I didn't own it because of what other people might think. I didn't want to offend other people. But today, I feel an obligation to share my absolute truth, because it shifted my life and pointed me in a direction that otherwise I wouldn't be on that path, right? I'd still be over there, but today I'm over here and I'm friggin' going. So I shared that story, and basically what that story was that, and it really speaks to that life is happening for you. So all of these, oh, poor me victim stories, you know, that we can all play on forever and ever, will have these reasons why, you know, why it can't happen for me. I don't have any help. I don't have anyone helping me. I don't have a babysitter, so I can't get to that thing. I don't have the money. I can't afford it, blah, 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 blah. You name it. put it into the chat box if you're feeling inspired to. But we all have quote unquote reasons, which I call excuses, as to why you can't claim what it is that you want to experience. And I'll tell you what, most times we don't even admit what it is that we want to experience because we just are so used to thinking that it's never going to happen for us. Okay? I'm going to tell you this once more. If I did it, anybody can do it. Anybody can do it. I spent time in foster care. My mother passed away when I was younger. Again, I can share all these poor me stories. My father was gone. My 18-year-old sister was raising us. And I'm not getting in depth about those stories because I'm not there yet, okay? But I'll share the surface of it with you. Father not around, my 18-year-old sister raising us, not forming an attachment with everyone, spending most of my life looking for love and acceptance in, let's face it, all the ways that a teenager shouldn't be, resulted in a teenage pregnancy, and then blaming everyone else for that. It was your fault because you weren't there, period. Your fault I'm miserable, period, and so on and so forth. I could still be there. I could spend the rest of my life in that pity party story, but I decided not to. Okay. Fortunately, I stumbled across some really inspiring mentors: Brian Tracy, Bob Proctor, like I said years ago, Fabian Fredrickson, and I just kept searching. Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, so many more people. Okay, and even Joe Rogan. Love Joe Rogan. I went and saw him live when he was here. But he's got some seriously crazy, like 3-hour-long podcasts that I love listening to. You guys got to check out Joe Rogan on iTunes. He's got, like, I heard, what's her name? Roseanne Barr? That was her stage name or whatever it was. But man, that woman is like brilliant. And I love what she has to say. But it brought me to this place where basically the end result, you take responsibility for your life, period. So here's where I'm getting at, guys. Here's the shift that you're going to experience today. Because I'm in a call it out mood. I'm not in a sugarcoating mood. I'm in a let's call it out. Let's call you out, okay? Because I'm not doing you any favors by sugarcoating, period. So I'm just going to say it out, plain and simple. You guys are responsible for your life. It doesn't matter what happened to you, right? It doesn't matter what happened to you, okay? All that matters is that it happened for you, period. Take all of your experience that are holding you back and use those. Use those. Suspend disbelief and vocalize to yourself what it is that you want. What do you want? Period. Take responsibility for that and then go out and make it happen. Period. It's as simple as that. How do you do that, Tanya? Definitely get to the core root of what your limiting beliefs are. What did you grow up thinking? So I'm going to ask you this question. Actually, I could like look at you and just talk to you this whole thing, but I prepared a slideshow, so let's get into that. Oh, no, I won't swear. Okay, so what's stopping you from achieving the freedom that you so desperately want, right? Take responsibility. See the top there? We've all seen the iceberg effect. The suffering that you see at the top there, right? And the suffering that's never talked about. And more times than not, the suffering that's never talked about is the suffering that you are subconsciously experiencing. All right? So what are those beliefs that you have about money, about worthiness, about whether you can or can't have what you want? What are they and how are they helping you stay where you are? Okay. Let me just see where I'm at. What does that mean? What is your self-talk about money? We've reviewed this, but I'm going to take it a step further. What is your self-talk about money? Do you use words like, I can't afford it? Do you make that decision and close the universe, God, divinity up from presenting opportunities that would give you a way to afford what it is that you want? Do you make that decision? Right? What is your self-talk about money? What are you telling yourself? Wow, my spelling mistakes, but who cares, right? What is your money story? What are you telling yourself? I can't afford it. Nah, that's not for me. This is the life for me. This is the life that I was dealt. This is what I have to do. Oh, poor me, poor me. No, stop that right now. I'm just going to challenge y'all to stop that right now and vocalize to yourself what it is that you really want. What is it that you really want? Do you want to be successful, financially free, financially independent? What do you guys want? And just be comfortable telling people that and telling yourself that. Get comfortable with it. Okay? And then you're going to start to feel more comfortable talking about it. Feel more comfortable talking about it. It's going to be easier for you to believe it. It's going to become believable. It's going to become believable. And then all of a sudden, you're going to begin to take action on making that happen, right? So what is your earliest memory about money? Let's get deep down and dig it up, right? The longer we keep it buried, the longer we keep these beliefs about money or about success buried, the longer it's going to take for you to actually experience what it is that you want. Okay? And it's scary. It's definitely scary to dig this stuff up. So what's your earliest memory about money? And I'm going to hop on over here because I would really, you know what? I don't think the chat box is working, but that's okay. I love y'all anyway. I'm just going to go solo on this one. What's your earliest memory about money? For some, it might be hearing your parents say, we don't have money for that. We don't have money for that. We can't afford that. We can't afford that. And hearing that over and over and over again for years, that's what your beliefs are, right? Those are your beliefs. And so on and so forth. So how does it affect how you view money today? How do your beliefs affect how you view money today? Share with me. Or not. I'm just going to ask somebody if they can see the chat box. So how does it affect how you view money today? What's your earliest memory about money? Because it's time to get radically honest, right? Remember that it's never comfortable when you dig up feelings that you've been trying to cover up for so long, right? But the fact is that if you guys want to move forward and experience a life that you want to experience, or you know what I'm saying, you got to dig up these old limiting thought patterns and make a choice to create new ones, okay? You can't fulfill your calling in your comfort zone. To do. You're an artist, okay? I posted this the other day. You're the artist, and every day you guys are creating your reality, so why not create a masterpiece, right? Okay. Let me get on over here. So you guys are the ones creating your masterpiece. So let me go here, okay? When you're self-employed, when you're an entrepreneur, at the beginning, I said, it's so scary putting the money out there and investing yourself because maybe in the past, so many times, you didn't achieve what it was, like you didn't follow through, right? And you're scared to put that money out and invest in yourself because you're afraid that you're not going to follow through. Okay. Here's another one. So many people out there are afraid of success. Why on earth would anyone be afraid of success? Isn't that what we're all like striving for, to be successful? Why would anybody be afraid of success? Many reasons. Some people are afraid of success because of the responsibility that comes along with success. You are not going to have as much freedom. If you're like me, what TV? What are you talking about? Like, seriously, I try to maybe watch part of a movie every evening with my kids, but the TV, I have no cable. I have no cable. I don't watch TV. So it eats up your quote unquote free time. Oh, there you go. I see you. It eats up your free time, right? So there are so many reasons why people are afraid of success, afraid of the responsibility that comes along with success, and afraid of the visibility. Okay. Saturday, I'm doing a talk with an amazing group of women, and we're talking about visibility blocks. We're going to focus on that. And the fact of the matter is that if you have an online business, you need to be visible. You need to be doing what it is that I'm doing right now. You got to be in people's faces, and you got to make statements. You got to be bold, and you got to speak your mind, because you need to narrow out your following. You need to narrow your niche. Your niche needs to be very specific, right? Because you're speaking to a specific group of people. So when you grow up, you hear your parents say whatever it is that they believe about money, and then you begin that pattern again, right? Subconsciously, it all just happens. And you know, we all were born loving ourselves, believing in ourselves, and having faith in ourselves. I was at Toastmasters this morning, and this one gentleman, I believe his speech was inspiration or something, and he asked us all to close our eyes and visualize children, any children in our lives. And I'm like, oh, this is easy. I work with children. I have children. And he went on to say, when you're a child, you believe that you can conquer the world. You got this. You can do anything. You're like a little superhero, right? You don't doubt yourself. And the fact is that the people around us who are meaning well, who care about us, who want to protect us because they love us so much, are conditioning that belief out of us, okay? They're placing limitations on us. So here's the thing. You guys were all born knowing and believing that you can achieve all of these wonderful things that today you think you can't have. You were all there at one point, and all we got to do is get you to remember what it feels like to believe that you guys can have everything, do anything, be anything, right? Back to that childhood state. It's all you got to do. You just got to remember. You already have all this information within you. You just need to, it needs to be triggered. You just have to remember. So with that, we're talking about abundance too, right, guys? And what's abundance to you? What is abundance to you? So ask yourself that question. So in this adorable book right here, I'm going to read just one little paragraph to you, and it's called Be Abundant. Intention is endlessly abundant, okay? There's no scarcity in the universal, invisible world of spirit. The cosmos itself is without end, and this is the part that I really want you guys to hear. How could there be an end to the universe? What would be at the end? A wall? So how thick is the wall? And what's on the other side of it? As you contemplate connecting to intention, know in your heart that any attitude you have that reflects a scarcity consciousness will hold you back. Okay? A reminder here is in order. You must match intention's attributes with your own in order to capitalize on those powers in your life. So if you guys have any feedback on that, share it. Intention is endlessly abundant. Hell yeah, right? And the reason why I wanted you to hear the part about, like what's at the end of the universe, because there's a little teaching that I do in my practice, and it's all about your money mindset, right? And it's all about viewing yourselves as little microcosms of the universe, because as we know it, the universe is abundant, right? The trees never need you to tell it how to grow. Never, right? Endless sun and rain and you name it. It's completely abundant, right? There are more stars than we could even conceive of. We can't even think of the number. There is no number for the amount of stars that there are. So we are all microcosms of the universe, okay? So we are all totally and completely abundant. Okay, that speaks to the law of sufficiency and abundance. And I believe we reviewed that in one webinar. But the fact is that whatever you guys want is there. The only thing standing in our way is the limitations that we place on ourselves, period. You see that quote floating around all the time. Look at it in a different light now. The only thing that is stopping us from achieving what it is that we want to achieve are the limitations that we place on ourselves. Easy peasy, right? I'm going to share with you, because so speaking about limitations, obviously we're experiencing some resistance, right? Some resistance to success. Okay, so let's talk about resistance. This little book that I'm going to give away, if you can guess where I bought my amazing muffin. Apple spice, baby. The War of Art. Listen to this. Resistance and criticism. If you find yourself criticizing other people, you're probably doing it out of resistance. Listen. When we see others beginning to live their authentic selves, it drives us crazy if we've not lived out our own. And I just released a little video before this sharing this specific page. So basically, people who are achieving what we want to achieve, it drives us nuts if we haven't gone there yet. Individuals who are realized in their own lives almost never criticize. So take a look at yourself. What are you guys doing? Do you find yourself criticizing people on a regular basis? If so, this could be why. If they speak at all, it is to offer encouragement. So watch yourself. Of all the manifestations of resistance, most only harm ourselves. Criticism and cruelty harm others as well. So how does this speak to you? Okay. When you are judging another person, okay, and you've heard, maybe you haven't heard this before, but I've heard it in so many different ways, and I share it with people. And most times my clients are like, excuse me? So if I think another person should be doing something, that is a reflection on me and what I'm doing or not doing. Yeah, that's it. That is it. If you find yourself judging another person, it's a reflection on how you feel about yourself. Plain and simple, okay? Sucks to hear it. Takes a while to absorb that, process it, but it is, okay? And then resistance and self-doubt. Self-doubt can be an ally. This is because it serves as an indicator of aspiration. It reflects love of something we dream of doing and desire to do it. If you find yourself asking yourself and your friends, am I really a writer? Am I really an artist? Chances are you are. Here's why. The counterfeit innovator is widely self-confident. The real one is scared to death. Okay? So if you're doubting yourself, a lot, if you are scared scared out of your mind to step into what it is that you want, chances are that's where you're meant to be. Okay? When I first began my coaching practice, scared out of my mind for years, constantly questioning myself. Am I doing enough? Am I doing enough? Am I serving? Am I serving these people? You know, like, am I giving them useful content? Was that speech okay? And so on and so forth. And the fact was that, yeah, it served people. It's information. It's information that is going to resonate with them and move forward. But for years, I questioned myself. And to be completely authentic, I still question myself. Is this information useful enough for you guys? Okay. So that is a big thing to take home, is whatever you're scared to do most of all, and you want to do it, chances are that's what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. And you know the difference between the fears, the fear of not wanting to do it because you think it's wrong, and the fear of not wanting to do it because you're just so scared to do it. You know the difference between those fears, because you know the difference. Your body tells you what is a high vibrational emotion and a low vibrational emotion. Okay. So your body, you got this, you got it. So, so I wanted to share that with you guys. Now, if you guys want to hop on and participate, because I do see you here, and I was really hoping that we could share and chat with y'all. I was going to take you guys through a little bit of a walk back. So, you know, about what your limiting beliefs are. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share with you guys, if you have a belief that success is scary, maybe you can't handle success, you can't afford it is in your vocabulary. There's not enough time. I don't have enough money. These are all statements. These are all decisions that you're making, right? I invite you to write it down and begin a new pattern of thought of, how can I afford it? This is what I want. You know, I want to be making $10,000 a month, every single month, doing what I love to do. Okay. What is it that you love to do? Are you possibly selling a product? Are you selling a service? Are you doing both? What is it that you want to do? And get comfortable talking about it. I want to be selling, you know, making $10,000 a month by selling my product, inspiring others, and so on and so forth. Get comfortable saying it and change your words to support that, okay? Because the words and the phrases that you use are really going to support your belief system. They really are. So if you're thinking thoughts of, there's not enough time and I don't have enough money and I'm not going to make that happen, then that's what you're going to manifest. And in today, you know, all these wonderful spiritual leaders that I follow, they all say right now is prime time for manifesting. You can manifest things like this that a few years ago would take a lot longer to manifest. So get clear on it now. Now is the time. Do you guys want to be making between $5,000 and $10,000 a month in your companies? What is it that you guys want to be doing? Then you declare it. You demand it. You decide it. Okay. You decide that that's what you want. I want to be doing this. I want to be doing that. I want to be speaking twice a month. I want to be in the public's eye, you know, 4 times a month. And so on and so forth. Before I began this webinar series, I had to decide. I had to make the decision to do it and then be consistent with it. So what are the words? What is the story that you're telling yourself on a daily basis? Whatever that story is what is going to create your new belief system. Okay? And guess what? You invest in yourself, the little ones in your life, even your loved ones, your siblings, whatever the case is, they are going to be inspired by you just because you are honoring you. okay? They might not be comfortable with it. They might get upset about it. They might move away from it, from you, maybe even. But the fact is that you gotta honor you and what it is that you guys want to experience. So I'm just gonna go back over here because I honestly don't remember if there's anything more here. So you guys are the artist of your own masterpiece, right, guys? And you do that through the words that you use and the story that you tell and how you honor yourself and how much you love yourself. We were all born loving ourselves. We can all love ourselves just as much again. So the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do, okay? Action, 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 action. You can't pay your bills with other people's opinions, okay? And that was a hard lesson that I had to learn. I hope you guys pick up on that a lot quicker than I did. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks of you, their judgments on you. That is a reflection of them. That is none of your business, remember? That is all a reflection on them. Somebody's telling you or has an opinion about you, it's their challenge to deal with, not yours, okay? All that means is that you're being visible and you're being noticed. So, dear future, I'm ready. Are you guys ready? If you are, then make a point of writing things down and making it happen. Make a plan for yourself, a success plan. So the definition of success is doing what you guys want to do because you want to do it. All right. And the statistic on that, you guys all know, 1 out of 20, you guys need to, what does it say? To be part of the 1%, you must do what the 1% dare to do, right? So this is my program, and this is how I offer assistance and love and support to anyone out there who is looking to skyrocket this process, okay? And that is the Invest in Yourself online program. Shift your money mindset to create the freedom that you deserve today. The program is designed to, 1, find out where you are in life, 2, where you want to be, 3, how to get there. It includes 8 amazing modules with a bonus section. Module 1, where are you at? Okay, we figure that out in detail. And this entire program comes with one-on-one coaching between you and I, okay? So it's all individual, yet in a group setting. Module 2, mastering habits, okay? You guys get to master these habits. I gotta tell you a little story after. And module 3, fear, ego, and resistance. Module 4, universal laws, okay? Gotta get familiar with the universal laws because those are tools that help you skyrocket to where it is that you wanna be. Module 5, radical honesty. I mean, I take you basically through a hypnotic state, and I guide you to tap into your subconscious and not just guess what those limiting beliefs are, but you tap into those subconscious beliefs that you're not even conscious of, and you find out what they are, and then watch the magic happen. Module 6, feminine and masculine energy. Module 7, money mindset. We go into this, but deeper. Module 8, time management, which we all need. So how to register, investinyourselfcourse.com/apply. Okay, so go to my homepage, and then under the home button, you'll see apply, success, and all these other little things. Hit apply. And why? Because we got to make sure that we fit together, right? If you don't resonate with me, or if I don't resonate with you, then chances are we won't be a good fit. So after saying all that, my throat's really dry. Okay, so Tracy, you said hi. Hi, Tracy. Is anybody else on there who would like to jump in and guess where I got my muffin? And if nobody does this, whoever is listening to the replay, email me, TanyaMCR@mymts.net. And the very first person to email me will get this book mailed to their house. The last time the chat box didn't work, I had 2 people email me and they each got a book. So that was awesome. Okay. Now we got to wrap it up. My time is coming to an end, but I just want to one more time celebrate each and every one of you. Oh yeah, I have a story for you guys. So talking about rituals, okay? This Saturday, I'm doing a chat about momentum, and wouldn't you know it, I totally have a relative story for you guys. Last night, I was having a conversation with someone, and I don't know, it was before I went to bed. So it was between like 10:30 and 11. So it was about 30-minute. Lily says Starbucks. No, they don't have gluten-free buns and muffins there yet. I wish they did because I love their lattes. So it was about a 30-minute conversation, and it was a really challenging conversation, very challenging conversation, and not a very high vibrational emotional one either. It was more so low. So I was having this conversation, and here's the thing. No matter where you are or what stage you're at in your journey and all the tools that you learn, you still experience challenges, okay? It's the tools that you have to either use, you can apply these tools now and get out of that rut easier and quicker. But if you don't have the tools, then it's almost like you're stuck in this rut because you don't know what to do to get out of it, right? So regardless of where you are in your journey, what stage you are in your journey, you still experience these challenges. But I have these tools now, so I was able to apply them. This is what happened. I had this challenging conversation, and I found myself, I went to bed. I didn't journal. I was so kind of worked up, and then I fell asleep thinking about it. My alarm goes off this morning. Very first thing I think about is what I thought about when I went to bed, okay? And 20 minutes after I got up, I realized my rituals for success is I journal before I go to bed because I know that I am creating a momentum for success. So if I journal and I visualize before I go to bed, I'm going to wake up thinking and visualizing and creating that, okay? I've created a momentum for success. So what happened last night really created a momentum for not so much success. So about 20 minutes into the morning, I'm like, whoa. I kind of caught myself and I realized, listen, yeah, this is challenging, but I didn't journal last night. I didn't journal this morning, and I journal every morning. And I'm still vibrating low. I am creating not so good of a day. So I stopped myself, and one of the tools that I use, because I find it very challenging for me to shift focus on my own that quickly, was Wayne Dyer. I put on some Wayne Dyer this morning and listened to him, and within about 3 or 4 minutes, I was completely out of the funk. Okay, so rituals are key for success. What are you guys doing every night? And here's the thing. You guys got to focus on what it is that you want in order to manifest it, right? Because you're manifesting these things. Well, if you think about what it is that you want or don't want before you go to bed, all that time in your subconscious, in your sleep, what are you manifesting? What are you dreaming about? What are you focusing on? It has something to do with it because you wake up the next morning and you're thinking about the very same thing the very next day, right? So find what works for you. Is it falling asleep to an amazing visualization, listening to inspirational talks by inspiring people? What is it that is going to help you create momentum for success? So with that, hop on over to www.investinyourselfcourse.com, schedule a call with me. If you guys have been on the fence thinking about it, give me a call. Let's find out if the program is even right for you. And if that specific program isn't right for you, I have a few others that definitely will suit your needs. So I love you very much. Thank you for always being here. You guys are fantastic, quiet and fantastic, but that's okay. I'll be expecting some emails. So take care, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye-bye.